Everything you need to protect your home. Kidda, technology that saves lives.
When I listen to Audible, I'm not riding the L train during rush hour. I'm hunting whales with the crew of the Pequod. I can feel the cold air on my face and the icy spray of the Atlantic crashing against the bow. The smell of rotting blubber fills my nostrils. There she blows, boys! Dead ahead! It's the white whale! This is my stop. Excuse me. Pardon me. Sorry.
Go to audible.com/act now, and your first download is free. Audible. Stories that surround you.
Did you ever think about hosting your very own radio show? Here's how.
Hey, Tampa Bay, did you know you can have a 1-hour program on the Tan Talk Radio Network for less than the cost of one 60-second announcement on many Tampa Bay stations? That's right. We'll put you on the radio for less than the cost of one 60-second announcement on many stations. Check it out today. Use your program to promote yourself, your business, or someone else's business. Call Lola Jean, the broadcast queen, 727-510-7622. That's 510-7622. Call Lola Jean now to check out your Tan Talk Network program. In addition to network radio, we'll stream your program in audio and video all over the world. Call Lola Jean now, 727-510-7622. Call today. Your network 1-hour program can start tomorrow. Broadcast your message in audio and video on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Are you a writer, inventor? Do you have questions about your intellectual property rights? Well, tune in every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 11 o'clock for Joy on Paper. Once a month, I will have a special guest, the writer's legal eagle, Bill Larson of Larson & Larson, who can answer your questions. Protect your valuable work. Email me your questions to patsy.radio@gmail.com and then listen in every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. right here on Tampa Bay's Tan Talk Radio Network. That's patsy.radio@gmail.com.
Hey everybody, this is Pastor Marcia McAllister from Beacon of Hope Ministries. We want you to join us on Sunday afternoons at 3 o'clock on this radio station for our 2-hour show, talking to you about the Word of God, giving you great contemporary music, some lively chat, and just some food for thought. You'll be encouraged to know how very much God loves you and how He has a plan for your life. Join us this coming Sunday at 3 o'clock on Living the Good Life.
I don't think it's a truck at all. I think we just found a transformer.
This is Optimus Primer Button, leader of the auto part junkies. And I'm calling on all auto parts junkies to listen to nostalgic radio and cars every Tuesday at 7 p.m. here on Tan Talk. This is Optimus Primer Button. If you don't tune in, it will be the end of the world.
Tune in to the book club with John Austin.
Well, I actually taught public speaking, as you probably know, in college for 7-8 years.
You could ask the questions and answer them yourself. I could just sit here.
You ask terrific questions, you listen, and it's just a joy to work with you.
Well,
we should go on the road, you know?
Right, well, I'd be happy to. And
you may not be able to go on the road, but don't worry, we bring the book club to you every Tuesday at noon, right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Tampa Bay's Tan Talk. Entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
Welcome to Hollywood. What's your dream? Everybody comes here. This is Hollywood, land of dreams. Some dreams come true, some don't. But keep on dreaming. This is Hollywood. Always time to dream, so keep on dreaming.
All right, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. It's your #1 entertainment show in the Tampa Bay area, Hollywood Connections. Now your host, the lady with all the connections, Dawn Reese. Lights, camera, action. You're on.
Hi, and welcome to Hollywood Connections on Tan Talk Radio. If you're driving home and you're wondering what we're all about, we're about you. We're getting you connected in show business. And Yvonne Madison, my co-host, is not here today, but she will be calling in shortly. And please go to HollywoodConnections.biz. Check us out and go to TanTalk1340.com. And I would say take out a notebook and pen because over the last year, ladies and gentlemen, kids and teens, we have so many film directors, producers, agents, casting directors helping you get connected in show business. And that's what I'm all about. And if you're interested in being a reporter for the show, please contact me at HollywoodConnections.biz. I'm looking for all ages worldwide. In the meantime, we have amazing Larry.
Hey, good afternoon.
Larry, tell everybody your first and last name.
Larry Greenbaum.
That's right.
Larry
And
G.
Larry G.
Yeah.
And Larry is with Sonny's Comedy Club, and give him your website.
TampaBayComedy.com.
Right. And we love that place because we have a reserved spot every Friday and Saturday.
Yes, you do.
I know. So we have a comic that's going to be calling in.
Yes. We have our headliner for the weekend. His name is Bill O.C., like O.C.
Okay.
And we call him Bull. That's his stage name. And he's awesome. He's a whole lot of fun. We also have Johnny Hobbs co-headlining this weekend.
Is he calling in too?
Yeah, he's no, just Bull.
Okay, so it's only like $10 to get in, right? I mean, unless it's a real big headliner, and you know they're a little bit more. Depends on that you let people know.
Most shows are going to be $10. On rare occasion, we might have a special event, which might be a little more, but generally it's $10 admission.
Mm-hmm.
And we have fabulous food and full bar available. We have 2-for-1 appetizers every show.
Right. What's the special this week? I know it was fish and chips like a week ago.
Yes.
It was delicious.
And to be honest with you, they usually tell me on Thursday, so
I'll
call in tomorrow.
I love it. And I want to thank you because everybody that's a part of the show that comes on that helps donate as well, they get a buy one, get one free ticket, to the show. And then you actually have given me a free movie pass for some of the VIPs. Mm-hmm. So you never know what you're going to get here at our station when you come to visit.
Give any tickets away tonight?
I would love to.
Okay, well, let's do that.
I would love to. And also King James is here. How are you?
Hey, how are you? Good.
He's filling in for Yvonne Madison, my co-host today, and he's got Sun Drummers.
Yep. I talked to Yvonne. Hopefully with a little more rest, she'll be back.
I know.
Yeah.
I have an exciting show, ladies and gentlemen. We have a top casting director agent calling in at 6:30. We also have at 7:30, we have Level Model and Talent Agency, Kelly, yay. So we'll have call-ins as well if you're looking for a top agent. And do we have our comic on?
I don't know. Yes, I guess we do.
Hi, welcome to Hollywood Connections. I'm Dawn Reese. Who's on the air?
Hey, this is Bull.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing good. I was listening to Larry say what the special is this weekend, and it's not the appetizers, it's the comedy.
I agree. Comedy is the most important. It's about laughter for your soul. Love it.
Well, you can't eat comedy, so we'll have some specials from the kitchen, too, I'm sure.
You know full well we throw some chunky lines to keep people full there.
I was just gonna say we have a few comics that do eat it once in a while. I stand corrected.
Can you make sure are you on like audio or speaker by chance?
I am. I can turn that off.
That would be great. There's a little bit of an echo. We can hear you better in your handsome voice. And so you're going to be headlining at Sonny's Comedy Club this weekend, and you'd be there Friday and Saturday?
Friday and Saturday. Saturday, I'm going to be accompanied by John Hobbs. I'm not sure who all is part of the show on Friday.
Larry, who else is going to be there?
Other comics.
Other comics. So let's kick it off for all of our drivers. They want to hear something funny. So let's give about a 5-minute routine on 5 stations.
Nope. The phone connection is not even good enough for that. Can you guys even hear me?
Oh, yeah,
I
we can
can
hear you
barely
great.
hear you.
We can hear you all the way to Zephyr Hills and all the way to St. Petersburg and all the way to Tampa.
And
I cannot even hear you guys.
oh, we can hear you fine.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like you're right in the room.
Yeah, you do. You're great. All right, well, give us a little bit. How did you start out in comedy?
Are you there?
Are you there? It's like Esmeralda on Bewitched. He just faded away. Where is he?
He's gone.
He just disappeared.
Went into the mist, I guess.
Can we try to call him back?
Call him back.
That happens on cell phones. Do you know anybody that has a house phone anymore, Larry?
No, I
Ever.
don't. And I live in Hudson, and I got to tell you, there's different parts of my house that I can be talking to you, and I can move to the next room, and you're gone.
I know.
It happens.
I know. I think, you know what? I do know some people that have regular house phones. They're gated communities.
Really?
Because they got a buzz.
I use a drum.
A drum? Yeah.
Old-fashioned way.
Drum and
Old-fashioned way?
smoke, right?
So I hope you're liking Hollywood Connections. And Larry, Larry, now you do some comedy background, jokes.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit.
A little bit. Actually, I got into it. You never asked me how I got into it.
That's what I'm doing. How did you start on your comedy?
I was the owner of the Cinema Cafe, which Sunset Point Cinema and Grill is now used to be the Cinema Cafe. And we had a comedy club in there. And I had the opportunity to get up and host a show one weekend, having no comedy experience whatsoever. I went home and spent a week writing a few ha-has, tried them out on a few friends. They worked. So I said, okay, I'll go up there and tell a couple jokes, and I'll introduce the comic, and we'll be off.
Wow.
And I had been teaching photography classes for years, so I was accustomed to getting up in front of a group of people. So I thought this was going to be a no-brainer. Mm-hmm. But as soon as I hit the stage and I introduced myself, I looked around the room and went, this is not going to go well. They're all giving me that look like, okay, say something funny and you better be good.
Yeah. So did you remember your first opening?
Well, I remember my whole act, but unfortunately I also took it in that these people were not happy with me right from the get-go, and appeared a little nervous.
Okay.
And that's one thing you never want to do. Don't appear nervous up on stage because they'll eat you.
Oh, yeah. Right.
But, so I was real bad. And I got off stage, and my bartender said, you can do this tomorrow night? And I said, yeah. And he goes, don't.
Uh-oh.
And I said, don't? And he goes, no, don't.
Well, you proved him completely wrong.
I said, was I that bad? He goes, I can't even say on the radio what he told me, but he basically told me that, yeah, you were really, really bad. So anyway, it took me 2 more weekends, and then the third weekend I walked in, I said, hey, I don't care anymore. It just doesn't matter. I'm going to get up there. They don't have to like me. I'm just introducing the acts.
Right.
I'm not the paid act. Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
Sounds like
he's back on.
All right.
You want to introduce him again?
My story's over now because you coughed.
No, you keep telling your story, Larry. I was just explaining to the I guess the producer of the show that my phone is damaged. That's why I was using the Bluetooth in the truck.
Oh.
And you guys can barely hear me through that, and I can barely hear you through the phone. So I'm just having a lot of problems with it. I mean, we can talk about the upcoming show and any funny stories about Larry. But
all right, tell a funny story about Larry.
Yeah, what about Larry?
Yeah, what about Larry?
That sounds like a movie title. What about Larry?
My favorite stories about Larry is Larry freaking out when comics do things on stage that they shouldn't do. Larry had a one club, and I had acted like I killed a bug on stage in the middle of one of the sets, and Larry lost it in the back. Thinking that everybody was going to think that his club had bugs, and he lost it.
But you were just kidding, right?
Of course I was just kidding.
It was just a joke.
It was good. That was good. If Larry
we can tell them about the time we had a comic from Boston in the room. It was a Saturday night. The room was absolutely packed solid. And I saw something moving around on the lights up on the top of the stage. Kind of a shadow was cast. I'm like, what is that? Because I'm all about the room. I've seen the shows. I'm concerned that the audience is having a good time and the food's coming out right and everybody's happy. And I looked up and it was a rat.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was a rat. And
I wasn't even going to mention that one, Larry.
Oh, that's okay.
I wasn't even going to mention that one.
I have no secrets.
Hey, you know what? Do you know
the
what's...
comic on the stage was Chris Gorgeous.
Nope.
And Larry freaked out, and he ran outside, and he probably smoked 3 or 4 cigarettes within the span of a few seconds. And I went outside, and I told Larry, I said, look, Larry, I said, Chris addressed it. Everything's fine. The audience is fine. And Larry's like, really? Really? What did he say? Chris told the audience that there's not usually rats in the showroom. They usually stay in the kitchen where they belong.
That's right. That's exactly right. Well, we had Mike McCarthy, actually, one night also, and he made it the rest of his act. So, of course, I had to get up on stage at the end of the show and come up with some kind of explanation. So I just told the audience, I said, thanks for coming out. Hope you had a great time. Look forward to seeing you again. And by the way, has anybody seen my pet rat? Oh. And I got a few laughs. So it was,
Well, thank goodness you're in a cleaner joint now, Larry.
Yes. We no longer have shows at that location.
That's a good.
You know what though? Probably the worst show for me that you have ever booked is the one over at Caliente. I used to hate that gig.
Did you really?
I did it for you, but I mean, come on, hundreds of naked people. Come on.
It's part of your act now.
It's a small part of my act, but it was a horrible experience, and you only booked me there in the winter, which is the worst time for a nudist resort.
Hey, did Larry go naked?
No, Larry actually had to stop another comic from going naked because another comic I think he had a little bit too much to drink. We couldn't find him before showtime, and we found him stripped down completely naked in the bathroom.
That's exactly right. True story. Yep, that's true.
Well, you told me you were going to hire me, and I had to play my bongos naked.
Well, I got to tell you something. The first time I was up there, I walked into the room, get up on the stage, and I'd seen the club. I mean, I'd been in there for an hour or two, so I was just kind of adjusting to a lot of naked people. And I got up on the stage, and, hey, come on, give us a hand, everybody. Great night, new comedy show. Boy, I'm so excited to be here. And started, just going on with the audience. With that, some lady yells out from the audience. She goes, "Are you going to take your clothes off?" And I thought, I got to come back with something good. It's just got to be. It's like about 5-second pause. I looked at her and I said, "Ma'am," I said, "I'd take my clothes off." I said, "But I just met all of you. You seem like really nice people. And I have no reason to be punishing any of you for anything right now. So I'm going to be leaving my clothes on." And never
I was going to say, Larry, any woman in the audience that is wishing to see you naked is probably an audience I don't want to perform in front of.
Well, you're talking about rats and stuff. You know what the worst thing is, you guys, is we have a sailboat and we weren't on it for a while, a 37-foot Endeavor. And of course, I hear something in the middle of the night and my husband is trying to not tell me what's probably on the boat because we were on it, and there was. And so that's a scary thing when you don't know because, yes, where our boat was parked over in Clearwater Beach. Yeah, so that was pretty. We killed it, or the dog killed it, or some big trap killed it. But they would walk. They would walk on the top of the wires. You can see them.
Oh, yeah. And wharf rats are about the size of a raccoon, anyways. So that was a big rat.
I was up with a flashlight. Yeah, I couldn't sleep.
So tell the audience how you used to come out and start your show, because that's going to be one of those moments I'm going to remember on my deathbed.
I used to start my show?
Yes.
Are you talking about the poster?
Yes.
I used to come out with a poster. I had it hidden, and I stopped doing it because it's such a prop act, and I've grown past it. But I said that I know who it is that everybody thinks I look like. I said I know that the guy has been in 3 movies and thousands of endorsements. I don't find it any flattering. And when I find the guy that sends this poster to my house, and I turn it around, and it was a picture of Shrek with my goatee on it and glasses. And Larry thought that was the biggest thing, but I was told by so many comics, you have to drop that. You can't do that act anymore.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, to me, it was it just set the whole tone of the show. Everybody laughed. Everybody thought it was hysterical.
Yeah, but the tone gets set fine now. The problem with that was, and I'll leave the comic's name out of it, a comic told me, he says, the rest of your entire act looks like you just thought of it on the fly. Everything looks like you just now thought of it. He said, but that first portion of your act, you come out with a prop. He goes, people are going to know that it's set up at that point. So you can't be a prop comic and look like everything's fluid in the same show. So I had to get rid of it.
Okay, well, that's,
That's okay. Well, a lot of people are going to want to know your Facebook, your social media information, how to contact you. I'll be adding you to my Facebook. You'll be getting all my feeds. I'll be blowing up your feeds.
That's all right.
All right,
it's just under my name, Bill, and then it will say Bull, and then the last name is spelled Ohse.
There you go. Is that your website too, or is that just Facebook?
My website is down right now. It was bullshtick.com, but the website is down right now, so we'll be working on something else.
Really? Because I was on it, yesterday, the day before it was up. You just come down?
What's that? Yeah. It's only been down for probably about a month. I've got some things that I'm working on, so that got neglected a little bit, so it had to be pulled down.
Okay, all right.
Well, I see Ace Williams is saying hi to you, Larry. He's on Facebook. Say hi.
Hey, Ace. Hey, buddy.
He's on here. Yeah, we just sent him over. So, by the way, are you from this area?
I've lived the majority of my life in this area. I was born in Michigan. I lived in Tennessee through the late 70s, early 80s, and then I've lived here most of my life.
Do you have an agent or manager? Do you do your own bookings, or tell us?
I do my own booking. I do my own bookings, and I've been very blessed that when I send out avails, I get gigs. It's been really good that the dates that I need filled out, I've been getting filled out. So I must be doing a decent job at promoting myself.
That's cool because, you know, at 6:30 we have another top agent calling in, and we have one at 7:30. We have Level Model and Talent with Kelly calling in. So that's what Hollywood Connections is all about, getting you connected. So if you're looking for...
one of my very favorite local comics, not from this area, he travels this circuit. Philadelphia Plowden just got signed with an agency, and as soon as he signed with it, he ended up as a detective on a TV series. So I'll be looking for that here soon. So, hey, we all need management.
Very nice. Hey, Bull.
Yeah.
We've got like a few minutes left of the show, and I kind of give everybody an overview of what your, you know, what the themes are in your comedy, because I want everybody to come out and see you this weekend.
Exactly.
To tell you the truth, I mean, I'm kind of all over the place. You know, I touch very lightly on politics, and my politics is something that both sides like. I talk about family. I talk about pleasure parties. I talk about, yeah, I knew that one was going to get a giggle. I talk about how the fat guy always gets blamed for farts on the elevator. It touches on every aspect of a fat man's life, I think.
Well, is your comedy from real life situations, from everything that you do and you write down? You know, I remember Joan Rivers they showed a wall full of all her index cards, of all her jokes, all her stuff that she ever put together. Do you keep a track of all your stuff that you see during the day and notes?
All of my comedy, even as outlandish as some of the bits get, are always based on some level of experience and something that I have experienced in my life. Sometimes things are embellished a little bit, but my dream to do comedy was early on. I was, my earliest memory in life was sitting on the couch watching the Red Skelton show with my father, and when I would hear my father laugh, I knew that was something that I always wanted to hear. So it was my dream to do stand-up comedy. I was too scared to do it, and after 9/11, I started thinking we may not be here tomorrow, so there's no sense in being scared over something that you want to do so badly. So I started hitting the stage the following 9/11 on the anniversary, and I technically have only done 2 open mics as far as, you know, learning to be a stand-up comedy. I did 2 open mics, and Larry discovered me at the second open mic, and he started inviting me to do guest spots. So my entire act was learned on doing guest spots in front of a paid audience. So I've been very blessed at being able to move forward in comedy that way.
This was many years ago, but he was on my stage and he did a little guest set and he came off the stage. He just says to the audience, he says, "Oh man," he says, "I'm not doing very well tonight, or I'm bombing up here or something." He said to them, he says, "So I'm going to say goodnight." And he got off stage and said, "Never, ever, ever say that ever again." He goes, "Why?" I said, "Well, first of all, you weren't bombing, you were killing.
Right.
And second of all, don't tell them, you know."
Right.
Like, to them, they were having a great time. They thought you were really funny, you know.
Well, Larry, what do you look for if you see somebody that could host or have that, you know, that it factor?
I'm just really looking for somebody that just got, you know, some kind of style, some kind of charisma, a personal kind of a character going on, you know, that separates him from everybody else.
Right.
There's certain guys that do jokes that the jokes couldn't be done by anybody else and be nearly as funny.
Right.
Because that guy, that joke belongs, you know, that type of thing. And
Right.
And entertain the audience. I mean, if I see the audience being entertained and they're having a good time, I want that guy back.
That's awesome.
I'm a club operator. That's what I do, you know,
Right.
so.
Well, you know, what I'm really excited about too, Larry, you're going to have open mic night coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going to do a once a month showcase.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I got a lot of... Yes.
When are you going to be doing open mic, Larry?
We haven't set any dates yet. Dawn and I are working on it for after the first of the year.
This is a man who is absolutely against open mic, and now he's running an open mic.
I hate him.
I'm the one that's trying to talk him into it. I'm the purpose.
I think that it would be a good outlet for a lot of
I ran his
comedians
open
in the
mic.
closet. Yeah.
I ran Larry's open mic for probably a couple of years when he first moved into his own independent club, and we had some really successful nights and we had some not so successful nights. So open mic is a great venue if we can get people out to do it.
I agree. Well, that's what I'm going to help promote too. And also, what I like the idea, I said to Larry, do you know South Florida has so much going on in comedy and workshops, and I like your idea, Larry, that people that are over 18 that want to do some stand-up comedy, and you want to maybe teach some classes with your
no. Remember, I'm not going to teach classes.
Not you, not you.
No, not you.
You're just going to host them.
Yeah,
There's plenty of seasoned comics in this area that would come out for something like that and help. Danny Bevins is running a wonderful one out of St. Pete Beach. So I mean, and I'm watching them help people. I mean, I literally have watched comics who didn't have a minute on stage, and now they're going up and they're featuring, which that kind of help has never been offered. And now there are seasoned comics in the area that's helping. So I mean, now is the time to jump on board with something like that.
Well, you know what I want to do? I want to make sure that, like, week to week, I want to have different headliners be the instructor, because this way everybody that comes to these things gets other people's points of view. And, you know, there's so many people that are successful, but they definitely have their own style. And I want them to have an opportunity to see the different styles and how the guys do it.
Oh, sure.
And get their input. You know, with the guy getting up to 5 minutes, let them say what they want to say. You know what I'm saying?
If a comic or a person coming into comedy is paying attention, they are going to end up with little bits. Not to take somebody's act, but if you look at my act, you'll see little bits of Steve Eric. You'll see little bits of Carl Falkenberry, Chris Barnes. You'll see little bits just because you know you just learn and adapt to. You'll see Uncle Dow in my act. You know, you just have to be able to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we want to keep you on the line because I think this would be good. I know we're running late, and I thank you so much for calling in. But in the meantime, let's get Miss Kathleen Bradley on. Remember the Price is Right TV show, Larry?
Yes, of course.
Do you remember the first African-American model, the gorgeous one? Back in the days? Well, she's on from Los Angeles. She's calling in to say hello.
Oh, nice.
And Kathleen Bradley, are you there?
Hi, I am here. Hello. How you guys doing?
Hi, Kathleen.
Hey, it's a pleasure, I tell you, to be there, be here, and wherever I am, I never know. But, you know, I always, 3 hours difference from our time to you guys' time. And, a mind is a terrible thing to waste, but I said, I'm not going to miss my girl's show. You guys have been doing a great job. I've been following along. It's just so happy. I'm so happy to see you guys doing so well.
Thank you, Kathleen. And talk about the game loot. You went to the opening in Las Vegas. And say hi to the comics. Tell Bo is on, right? You still there?
Bill.
I'm still here.
Yep.
That's
hey, all right. Game Loot Network. My God, we've been talking about it for a while. People there listening in, and Game Loot Network is just such a wonderful, marvelous entity. It is a business that's geared towards mobile gaming. Mobile gaming is a $40 billion entity, and it's growing fast and quick. Every time you turn around and look, everybody's playing games and walking around with all these games, millions of people every day. And this company, Game Loot Network, is allowing us to become affiliates to join with their forces and take part and get some money out of that $40 billion, which I have been doing. And Dawn, you're involved in it, and so glad you have. And your organization, we're trying to build and just help people out. And you know what the main thing is? I want everybody out there to think, why? Why should you do this? Why should you get involved? What do you need every day? What are you lacking in life? Do you need an extra little money for car payment? Do you need some child support? Do you need to buy something or just have a good time or what have you? This company is allowing us to do that.
Wait, Kathleen, are you on extra speaker? Can you take off?
I'm off now. Can
Better.
you hear me?
That much better. Thank you so much. I know my producer just said the speaker.
I know.
Okay.
I hate that, but it should be okay. But then I guess again, everybody heard me twice, right?
That's good. Okay, and that's exciting because you were in Las Vegas and you went to the grand opening and that was exciting.
Yes. Oh my God. Met all the big guys, the people, people who were the CEOs of the company and everybody who was just instrumental in allowing all of the many affiliates that came from all over the United States to take part in this launch party in the grand opening at the wonderful LINQ Link Hotel in Las Vegas. It was 3 days of just training and just a good time partying, but most of all, a lot of incentive, a lot of people giving testimonial about how being involved in Game Loot Network has changed their lives. And, you know, we got some other big celebrities and people coming on board. I'm not at liberty to say their names right now, but, and just people in general. Anybody, everybody who wants to change your lifestyle, to make a difference in your life, now is the time to you can be working for yourself instead of putting in 4 to 5 hours a day for somebody else making a lot of money. You can be doing it. And it's phenomenal. It is timely. Mobile gaming. Like we say, game on.
Do you guys have a question for Kathleen about that as well, or the comic as well?
Yeah, how do you find more about it? Where do you go?
Oh, well, Dawn, you have your website is still up, correct?
Yes. People want to know, what it is to join under.
Okay,
it's like
here's what it is. Let me say this about that. It's really relatively simple. The company is called Game Loot Network. Game Loot Network, like I said, is a $40 billion entity. They're with the companies that have the mobile gaming. We have several games. The company wants us to share and let people know about Game Loot Network and have people come in. You can join right now. We have a wonderful new website up, and you can join free and play the games. We have some great games. I met some of the tech guys there that made up some of the gaming, and then you can come in free and get some tokens and play the games, or then you can sign up as $10 as a premier gamer, or you can invest, come in at $124 a month. For the first month, you actually just try to get 3 people to do the same thing that you're doing, and you'll start making money, like $5 a day. I'm at the point right now I'm making $30 a day every day because I have invested my time and energy in bringing other people into the business that love to share this to other people. So it's really just about sharing about the company. It's a no-brainer. You don't have to buy any product. You don't have to, have your garage filled up with some vitamins or minerals or something like that, because mobile gaming is going to be here. It is here to stay. And it's so exciting. And right now we're in 34 countries. 34 countries in November, actually, because the company is growing that much right now. We started out with just like 9 different countries here, the United States and different others. But over the last couple of weeks, we have picked up additional like 20-some countries. So it is everywhere. We are not limited. If you know anybody anywhere all over the world or country, and especially now with the social media, this is like a no-brainer. People are always looking for a home-based business or something to do, something that's exciting, something that's fun, that you can sit back and you can do a couple hours a day or more.
It sounds very interesting to me, but what am I going to do with my garage full of Amway stuff now?
See there? You know what? I told somebody, my mother, she was in Amway like 60 years ago. I said if she had actually really been involved in it, she would have been making a lot of money. And that's the beauty of Game Loot Network, because it is like what they call the bottom basement floor level right now, because they're so new. And we have maybe like 20 or 30,000 affiliates, and it's growing. And the thing is to get in right now, because you're going to have, now how many times have you on your Facebook have a friend of yours come in and say, hey, do Crazy Bird, or what is the name? I don't even know the name of these damn
Jewel
games.
Something. Candy cane.
But once an hour.
Angry Bird, do this.
Yeah.
Come on, do this. Get on there and do all that stuff.
Yeah,
They're not
you're
getting
invited.
paid.
Yeah.
They don't get paid for you, for them suggesting you come on and get on their gaming. But with Game Loot Network, you play, you get paid. You tell people to come in, you come in at a certain level, you get paid. I mean, come on, who's doing that? Nobody's really anywhere near this company. I have been in network marketing, I swear, for like, oh my God, almost 30 years. I've sold everything conceivable, from candles to, I won't say vibrators, but anyway, all kind of stuff, whatever's out there. But people are making money selling things on, network marketing and what have you. And it's just such a wonderful thing to do for people. And a lot of people are down and out right now because it's hard to get jobs. And even for a lot of people who maybe have had any kind of record, a criminal record or something like that, they can't get jobs. You can work on your own accord, your own volition. You can get involved and just tell people about this wonderful Game Loot Network company.
and get paid, people.
Well, Kathleen, I have a question. When I had joined under you, of course, and that was is it like not the pyramid or what you call it, but it was like $125, right? Now, is there any other fees for people after every month if they don't play the game? That was my question.
Well, here's the deal. The $125 gets you in the door. The $100 goes towards giving you 500 tokens and you come in as an ambassador. And you get 500 tokens, whether you play the game or not, they give you the tokens. So basically, because we've been through compliance, that's one good thing, people. Believe me, compliance is so important with any networking, with any kind of a company that comes into bringing folks in. You have to be in compliance. It's nothing fraudulent or anything whatsoever about this company, and they've done their due diligence. So when you come in, $100 goes to giving you 500 tokens, and then the $24.99 goes to your back office. Now, here it is. Where can you go for $125 a month and have an office operable website? Means to have people come on Facebook and have you tap into doing certain things and have conference calls. These people, they have given us all the tools. They've given us all the tools. And the thing is, they want us to succeed. So when they set the whole company up, the $124.99, you come in and just bring 3 people in. Get 3 people to do what you're doing. And by doing that, you will start getting $5 a day, and you'll become a Ruby. $5 times 30 is what?
150.
150 is 30 days in the week, in the month. So that is the premise. Plus, you get a bonus. Right now, it's $150. When you get 3 people in, you're going to get your money back. They want you to get your money, initial investment back. But yes, it is $124 a month, every month, but you're going to be growing. It's something you can do. You know, the why. Why do you want to make money? Why do you want to be in this? Because you want to pay an extra little note on your car, get something that you want, help your mom, your dad out with some money or some mortgage or a payment. It is their people to be able to grasp and do on your own volition, and it's such a wonderful thing to do. Like I said, the company has given us the tools. There's conference calls every day, and I hope, Dawn, that you have posted some of that on your website that people can go to and look at.
We
Game
do.
Loot Network. Okay?
We do. And, well, Kathleen, you're on the phone. Let me get Marty on. He's been waiting for a few minutes. Marty's a top agent from South Florida. Hi, Marty. Are you there?
Hello, Dawn. Hi, everyone.
Hi, hey, Marty. Marty, this is Kathleen Bradley. She was the model on The Price is Right. Back in the days, remember that show?
Of course. Yes, I do.
What would you like to say to her while you're on the air? Kathleen, this is Marty. He's a good friend of ours. He's been calling every week about being in the talent industry, you know, as an agent casting director.
Oh, hi, Marty. How are ya? Okay.
Hello. So let me ask you. So you were one of the original girls. So you worked with Ford?
Oh. Bob Barker. Yeah, I was on the show from 1990 to 2000.
Okay. So yeah, Nitra was. Anitra Ford was actually one of the first ones on.
Oh, yeah,
The
Nitra was
Price is Right.
way before me, actually. So, and then she didn't stay there that very long, but she was there a while. And how ironic that, you know, thank God to the social media and Facebook and everything, Anitra and I, who had never met before, had actually become friends through social media on Facebook. So she and I had been in conversation. Yeah, she's on Facebook. And
right.
You know.
Well, I do have to say I had a major crush on her. She did a
right.
lot of exploitation films. She transitioned into, these Invasion of the Bee Girl, Birdcage, all these exploitation driving films she did. So,
yes, she was very special. And you know, it was just a pleasure to be able to contact her and be in touch with her at a certain point. But
right.
yeah, that
she's
was
an
great.
artist, I
was on that show
correct?
10 years, and it was just huh?
I'm sorry, she's an artist because I followed her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's an artist, and I saw her on Facebook, and people can go look up Anitra Ford, and she's on Facebook and doing her little thing, and seems to be as happy and content as can be. But, you know, actually I wrote a book, and the book is called Backstage at The Price is Right, Memoirs of a Barker Beauty. And actually people, and I would love folks to go on my website, which is KathleenBradley.tv. And you can find out more about my book and order my book because, bless Bob Barker's heart. He's like almost 94 years old now, and, he's still, his mind is still pretty good, and he's still an animal activist and everything. And my book is really, it is not a Bob Barker bashing book, but it is about my 10 years there and as I see it through my eyes, which is a memoir. That's what it means. My memories. Okay.
I remember now who you are. Yeah, you quite a looker too. Yeah,
quite a looker, huh? Quite a looker.
Yes,
Yeah,
I remember
I'm
now.
the one with the suntan.
Hey, Marty, it's not that kind of show, buddy.
But Kathleen Bradley, give your website so everybody can go and see who you are as well.
Yes, please. And it's once again Kathleen Bradley, of course, with a K, KATHLEEN Bradley, BRADLEY.TV. Very simple.
Right.
Really
Anybody else have a question for Kathleen Bradley real quick? Do you have a question?
Maybe she's in California, right?
Right.
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, the next earthquake, why don't you fly out here and be in one of Dawn's fashion shows with us?
She loves to play golf.
You guys are in Florida, right?
Oh, yeah, plenty of golf courses here. If you love golf.
I love golf. I am a golfer. That is like you can hit my Achilles right there. That's like my...
Hey, we have tremendous golf courses, and we have beautiful...
I know. I've played there many times in a lot of celebrity golf tournaments in Orlando.
Well, let me tell you, the weather is absolutely stunning here right now. It's fall this week.
Yep.
So if you get down here by the end of the week, it's still fall.
Well, I'm still here in California, L.A. We still have some great weather as well. If I lived in Ohio, some other place that it was really kind of cold, I might take you up on it. But we got some great golf places out here in Palm Springs and L.A. But Florida's a very nice place. When I retire, I'm coming out there.
You retire?
Not far away though.
Well, Kathleen, real quick, while I have Marty, because Marty, we're going to keep you on longer. Did you ever do any stand-up comedy yourself, Kathleen?
You know what? I haven't, and that's one of my things I want to do because I love comedy and I have a really good quick wit, and as you can tell, and I just, very sarcastic and talking about people, different things on my life. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be writing another book, a couple of books and everything. Once you get that fever of writing things and artist-wise, some of them are going to be kind of helpful to young ladies and people about to do and what not to do. And but otherwise, that's on my bucket list, Dawn.
Okay. Well, we want to thank you so much, Kathleen. We want to have more time with you and next week where maybe people can call in and talk to Kathleen Bradley, about...
to.
Right.
Just go on, but tell them also they can go on the YouTube Game Loot Network. You can do that. So, look it up, and people come sign up. Call me, call Dawn. I have a designated number I'll give to her. You can call me personally and talk to me and find out more about this company, Game Loot Network.
Awesome. Awesome.
Right.
Thank you, Kathleen Bradley, for your time. We'll be talking to you next.
Kathleen.
My pleasure. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Marty, that was for you. That was a surprise.
She's a stunning young lady. Really, Kathleen. I mean, but then again, Price is right. They always had stunning ladies on that show, the models.
I know. I love her stories.
Yeah, her book seems quite interesting. I'm going to have to pick it up myself.
There you go. So
how's everyone?
We're
how's
great.
Everybody doing?
We're great. And Marty,
Good.
What is your topic for this week?
Okay, today, very important. We're going to talk about doing video auditions.
Okay, video auditions with the top agent. Right now, he's on the air. Okay.
Yeah. Problem is, I get talent that they always do video auditions, and they're making so many mistakes. Oh, my goodness gracious. And I do hope, because I did email all my talent to, stay tuned, because I want them to learn from their mistakes. Usually when you do video auditions, it's because you can't make the casting, whether it's local or you're in another state. So basically, your agent gets you the sides. You get the sides. The agent sends you the sides. And sides, people, in case, what are sides? There's a difference between sides and a script. The script is the actual everything for whether it's a TV or an episodic episode on a television show or a film. Sides are just some of the scenes, can be 1, 2, maybe more scenes where an actor has to prepare for, and they just do a video audition. Now, number one that everyone should do, the talent out there, is when you do the video audition, you should speak very clearly. Okay? Make sure you enunciate really well. Make sure your tone is really good. Just like the tone I'm speaking right now, that's the tone you want. You don't want to sound mousy. You don't want to say, my name is Marty Marrero. No. Hi, my name is Marty Marrero. And then you should say, who's representing you? Because if you're doing a video audition, unless you're doing it directly with a producer or a director or a casting director, you should mention who's your agent, who's your representation. So you should say your first name, representation, the role you are auditioning for. Okay? Now, if it's more than one role, then you got to do another introduction. Very important. Another thing is I would make sure that you profile. It's important that you do a profile. So when you have the camera on you, whoever's recording you, try to do a full-length body and do a 360 profile. Okay? Sometimes they want to see that, the cast directors. If they don't ask for that, that's fine. Once you do that, whether you're standing, you're doing the scene standing or sitting, you should be looking at the camera. Okay? You should not just looking at the wall, looking at the ceiling, eye contact. You should be engaging. Remember, you have producers, directors, cast directors looking at this. You want to captivate them. You want to get their attention. So you need to give eye contact to the camera, okay? Make sure if you have someone reading with you, because in most cases, if it's a scene, usually you have someone that's reading with you. They should be off camera, not where the camera they can be seen in the camera. They should be off camera, reading, and you giving eye contact to the camera, not to the person that's reading with you. And they should be reading their tone should be lower than yours because you don't want them to upstage you. Very important. You do not want them to upstage you. Do you have any questions so far?
106.1.
Hello?
We're going to get some free ticket giveaways, right, Larry?
Yep.
Okay. Hello? I'm sorry.
Oh, yes.
Hello?
I was just telling everybody on Facebook that you were on to go actually hear the whole interview to go to tantalk1340.com.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to make sure if there's any questions so far. Okay, so basically the person that's reading for you, their tone should be lower. It should not be higher than yours as you're doing the audition. Now, why? Because they can upstage you. Okay? That can happen. Sometimes the person that's reading could do a great job. They can just tell by the beats. And then you're going to say, who is that person that was reading off camera? They were better than the person auditioning. You don't want that to happen, okay? God forbid. You wouldn't want that to happen. Well, now, the other thing is
Marty,
when you're doing...
I have a quick question. Okay, so a lot of people lately it's going to be more auditions by video. So you send them the sides. They send you their audition on that? Is that what they're doing? Are they uploading it to YouTube, or how are they doing that?
Right. I'm going to get to that in a second.
Okay.
But after they do, once they're doing the video audition, like I said, another important thing, they should be off book, off script. Please do not refer to your notes, to your sides. You should not be reading and doing the audition. When you do a video audition, that's a big no-no. You should already be off book. If you're not off book, practice, you should be off book. The only person that should not be off book is the one that's reading and helping you, off camera. Okay, very important. Another thing, I noticed some talent. Let's say, for instance, in the scene it says that the person was jogging, right? Jogging in the scene. You can give the impression that you were jogging without having to run off your mark, okay, or running off camera. So you should, if you're going to pretend like you're jogging, you can move, give little indications, movements that you're jogging, maybe a little, out of breath, to show that you were jogging. Do not give your back to the camera. That's a big no-no. Do not give your back to a camera when you do a video audition. When you do a video audition, let's say for instance you're auditioning. For instance, I have talent that from LA. They were doing a video audition for Vandal. That's a SAG movie that Ed Arenas is casting. What you should do is, if you're reading for more than one role, you have to do each audition separately. Okay, you should not do, I'm reading for the role of Officer Jimenez, and then when that's done, do another video audition. I'm also auditioning for the role of Jose Molina. No, one video audition per row. If you're doing one row, I always say minimal 3 takes, 2 to 3 takes. When you do the 2 to 3 takes, there should be a variety. So maybe the first one you might be a little more hammy. The second one should be maybe a little more less restrained. Third one, natural. Why? Because that shows the casting director and the producer that you have versatility, that you're able to do different takes for that scene.
I know, Marty.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And I think we have a caller that has a couple questions. We have a couple callers, right?
Sure.
They've been on hold, and I know we have like 6 minutes left. And so, caller, you're on the air, 106.1 FM. Hello? Okay, we lost that one. Peter, let's go to the next line. You're on the air.
Hi, Dawn. This is Denise. How are you?
Hi, Denise. Do you have a question for the agent?
Well, I just wanted to ask Marty about the resumes that he had talked about on the last session to make sure that we had all of the information that you needed to change it from being an actor to a singer. Is it okay for the resume to be a little shorter than it would be if you're an actor?
Yes, that's fine. And Denise, I saw that I've been so spot with castings. I did take a look at it. That was a much better done resume. Did it help you with the samples I sent you?
Yes, it did. It was perfect. It was perfect. I just sent it back to you to make sure that it was right.
Yes, I've been meaning to respond because you did send it to me earlier. I've been doing castings all day today. Really, it was done well. I like that you had the experiences and the different venues that he performed. That's very important, especially if he's doing that for the singing, yes. If he does any touring as well, you can add that as well, too, in there. Yeah.
All right. So the last thing I need to add is a headshot that is supposed to be the same size as the paper, as you suggested?
Yes, absolutely, yes, and staple it. And I don't know if you remember when I talked about the headshot, you don't want paper clips. You want to make sure they're stapled and they're nice and even. Okay?
Marty, thank you so much. You were so helpful.
You're welcome. And I wish him all the best, and let me know how things progress with him, okay?
Okay, so we have about 5 minutes left before the top of the hour. And real quick, Marty, can you give everybody your information, where they can reach you, and more information about your phone number as well?
Sure. Everyone can reach me at my talent agency page, which is Thespis Rose Theater. And Thespis is spelled T as in Tom, H as in Harry, E as in Elephant, S as in Sam, P as in Peter, I as in Igloo, S as in Sam, the word rose like the flower, theater, Theater. You'll find that page on Facebook. All my contact info is in there. My phone numbers is in there. My address is in there. You can private message me. Just like Denise, she emailed me in regards to the resume. Just like Dawn, I'm part of Dawn's little team. We're here to help you. You just reach out to me, and I try to get back to you as soon as possible.
Right.
So
also,
if you have any questions, yeah.
Yeah, also, too, is everybody out there that's listening, we just did the Keith Urban guitar, and actually one of Larry's friends actually just tried out, but he's going to go for the Randy Jackson one on the next casting. But I have a producer over there at HSN, so any of your people, Marty, that do play really good guitar, they may get a Randy Jackson guitar. Have them email me or call me, HollywoodConnections.biz, because we're going to be working on this next one for HSN, and they could get that Randy Jackson guitar. Anybody that's driving and say, oh, wow, this is me.
Do me a favor, private message me, Dawn, the specs, what they're looking for.
Okay.
And I'll put it out, and anyone that fits the specs and is available, I will direct them to you. And
that'd be cool.
From there.
That'd be cool. And real quick before we end, you're talking about live video, and I know we have a few minutes. We're going to go to some top of the hour music as well. But Marty, I want to thank you so much for calling in. But I actually did one for HSN. They have a whole new thing, Larry, and King James. They have it's called High Review or something, where they send you this video, and then you have to answer questions and look on your phone, and then they videotape you. You only have one take. So they have a practice, but they have one take, which is really cool, for associate producer over there. So so you can't mess up. You can practice, but you can't mess up because you can't go, because they're going to get that video. But yeah, it's really important.
Take two, huh?
Take two on that one. But Marty, any last words that you want to say? Any castings that you're working on?
I'm going to brush up the last few things that's important for everyone to take notes on. Okay, make sure your hair's not in your face. They can see your facial expressions. If you mess up, keep going. Don't stop and do it over on your video audition. Make sure you upload it where it's accessible. Vimeo is really good. YouTube is good. If there's an NDA, non-disclosure, and they don't want you to put it publicly, you could still put it on YouTube and put it on private and just send your agent and the casting director the password. And that's it. I mean, that's my advice in regards to the video auditions. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any further questions, I'm sure there's more things I can tackle, but I know we're short for time. They can, either reach out to Dawn to direct, and she'll direct your questions to me, or reach out to me, Festus Rose Theater Talent Agency.
Hey,
there you go.
Marty, I have an idea because there's so much information. I would like to maybe have you do an uploaded video of yourself on YouTube. And then I can tell people and say, go to the full interview as well. Do you think that's a good idea of the teachings for you as well? Where they can see more of Marty, actually, because you're like Charlie's Angels. You're like Charlie. You're calling in.
Well, it's funny. I did a horror movie. I just did a horror movie on Sunday. And I played a pirate. I got really murdered horribly, and I had to scream like a little girl. Okay, and no offense, but I had to scream literally like a scream queen. And my talent were in shock. They couldn't believe it. So the pressure was on me to show them, when you got to get into character, you got to suck it up and do what you got to do. A lot of my talent never met me, and I've gotten them castings and bookings. They're like, oh my God, now I know why they call you Charlie from Charlie's Angels. You get people working assignments and they never meet you. So, but I hope it's not a deterrent. My agency is very personable. We're very friendly. Any questions, concerns, reach out to us. We're always looking for new talent. There you go.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And we're going to go to the top of the hour in just a minute. That's Marty, a top agent that called in and took his time. And we thank you so much, Marty. All right?
You're welcome.
All right.
Okay. Good night,
Bye-bye.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so what do you think of, people want to know about show business and how to get, but he's having a problem with people not sending the right videos in. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it changes all the time. Before, you went every time you change the format from VCRs to those cassettes.
Everything's online now.
Everything. Yeah.
And Larry, what about comedies? Let's give away a comedy ticket.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Let's give away 2 tickets. How about that?
2 tickets, 727-441-3000. You have a minute, not even to call in. No, you'll have a minute to call in at 7:05 when we come back from the news.
There you go.
727-441-3000. Call in for your 2 tickets.
After the news, you might need some comedy.
Yes, we do. All right, sounds good. All right, Peter, take that music away. Let him enjoy. We'll be right back.
WTAN, Clearwater, Tampa Bay. WDCF, Dade City, Tampa Bay. WZHR, Zephyr Hills, Tampa Bay. Listen.
Surprise victory, ratings boom. I'm Barbara Cusack. Donald Trump cut the ribbon on a new Washington, D.C. hotel today and later said he believes he is winning the presidential race.
You start looking at the polls, what's happening, and more importantly, start looking at all the people going to vote and sending in their ballots. We're way ahead on virtually every state.
Correspondent Pamela Brown says Hillary Clinton is marking her 69th birthday today, liking what she sees in early voting.
With more than 7 million votes cast, there are more registered Democrats voting in battleground states, North Carolina, Nevada, and historically Republican Arizona.
But in Florida, Clinton noted that Donald Trump is right, that he could still win, and that's why people need to get out and vote. The Cubs a boon for baseball's TV ratings, with the first game of the World Series averaging 19.4 million viewers on Fox, the highest rating for the opener since 2009. But Cleveland got the 6-0 win. I'm Barbara Cusack. A U.S.-led coalition is getting ready to undertake a campaign aimed at isolating Islamic State leaders and plotters in the Syrian city of Raqqa. General Stephen Townsend, the top U.S. military commander in Iraq.
We think it's very important to get isolation in place around Raqqa to start controlling that environment on a pretty short timeline.
A relaunch of the AviQ injector expected in the U.S. during the first half of next year. The competitor of the EpiPen for life-threatening allergic reactions, Avi-Q, was recalled last year amid concerns about the accuracy of the dosage delivered. American seafood consumption taking its biggest jump since 2010, as our Michael Toscano reports.
The government says the average American ate nearly a pound more seafood in 2015 than in 2014. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says per capita consumption of seafood grew to 15.5 pounds in 2015.
I'm Barbara Cusack.
Napa know-how. A Napa guy knows more isn't always better, unless we're talking about full-size vans. These beasts do more than get you from A to B. They have so much space a man can live in it. With shag carpeting, waterbed, and a sweet lava lamp, these mobile abodes have all the comforts of home. With quality parts and plenty of Napa know-how, you can keep the original tiny house running longer, stronger. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how. Ace is a place with the helpful hardware, folks.
You need to switch to LEDs.
I told Brad some of our LED light bulbs are on sale for less than $2 per bulb.
Ace is a place where you can save money when buying LEDs and save energy and the environment. It's a start.
Head to Ace now through Monday and get a 3-pack of Fight 60-watt LED bulbs for $5.99 with instant savings. That's less than $2 per bulb. Offer valid through October 31st at participating stores. Ace Rewards members save $1 instantly in store. Store stock only. See store for details.
Did you ever think about hosting your very own radio show? Here's how.
Hey, Tampa Bay, did you know you can have a 1-hour program on the Tan Talk Radio Network for less than the cost of one 60-second announcement on many Tampa Bay stations? That's right. We'll put you on the radio for less than the cost of one 60-second announcement on many stations. Check it out today. Use your program to promote yourself, your business, or someone else's business. Call Lola Jean, the broadcast queen, 727-510-7622. That's 510-7622. Call Lola Jean now to check out your Tan Talk Network program. In addition to network radio, we'll stream your program in audio and video all over the world. Call Lola Jean now, 727-510-7622. Call today. Your network 1-hour program can start tomorrow. Broadcast your message in audio and video on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Make sure you tune in to the only FM sports talk show in the Tampa Bay area on Saturday afternoons from 3 to 5, the Sports Web. It's the evolution of sports talk radio because we treat the fan as if they're a superstar. We give you your own walk-up music, we let you call in twice, and we don't hang up on you like those other sports talk shows do. So make sure you tune in to the Sports Web on Saturday afternoons, hosted by Peter Blake and Sean the Sports Don, every Saturday afternoon from 3 to 5 on the Tan Talk Sports Network.
Hey everybody, this is Pastor Marcia McAllister from Beacon of Hope Ministries. We want you to join us on Sunday afternoons at 3 o'clock on this radio station for our 2-hour show, talking to you about the Word of God, giving you great contemporary music, some lively chat, and just some food for thought. You'll be encouraged to know how very much God loves you and how He has a plan for your life. Join us this coming Sunday at 3 o'clock on Living the Good Life.
I don't think it's a truck at all. I think we just found a transformer.
This is Optimus Primer Button, leader of the auto part junkies. And I'm calling on all auto parts junkies to listen to nostalgic radio and cars every Tuesday at 7 p.m. here on Tan Talk. This is Optimus Primer Button. If you don't tune in, it will be the end of the world.
Check out Sports Legends, the newest sports bar in Clearwater with over 50 60-inch TVs and a large menu with upscale options. Don't miss the weekly specials. Monday, 50% off wings. Taco Tuesdays for $1.25. Burger Wednesdays, half-pound burger, $6.99. Cheesesteak Thursday, $6.99. And Fajita Friday. Sports Legends is located right across from Bright House Field on the corner of Drew Street and US 19. Visit them online at sportslegends.biz and join the email list to get a $5 off coupon towards your next meal. Drink responsibly.
Tampa Bay's Tan Talk. Entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
All right, your second hour of Hollywood Connections coming at you with the lady with all the connections, Miss Dawn Reese.
Thank you so much, Peter Blake. And he is my producer. We want to thank him so much for doing such a great job in keeping up with everybody on the phones today.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
So here, we're going to start off. I know I have a VIP caller calling in shortly. Anybody on the lines yet?
Not yet.
Okay, so let's try this. Okay, all of you driving, all of you at home, all of you on Facebook. Oh, maybe I'm not on Facebook yet, on live. So we're going to do a live giveaway for 2 tickets to a comedy show. Do you need a date night? Do you need some fun?
And you can pick the night.
And you can pick the night. So here you go. Call us now. Even if you're one of my friends and you're watching the show and you say, Dawn, I've been trying to go to this comedy show, just give us a call, 727-441-3000. We're going to give it a second, see who calls in for 2 tickets to a comedy show. Anytime you want, we'd love to have you there. Larry's here to give these tickets away, so call in, 727-441-3000. I'm going to go live on Facebook and announce that as well. And we also have Mr. Arnold here.
Mike.
He's right here. And he's got his mic and headsets. He's also a comic. He's performed at Sunny's Comedy Club. And your last name is my name. But you're not my Mr. Arnold.
It is. I think we're distantly related. I'll see you when we have the genealogy convention early in 2017.
You know, I've been thinking about this. I think you're both related. You just have different mothers and fathers.
No, actually, because my husband's name is Arnold. So that comes from his side of the family.
Okay.
I look forward to seeing you at the various holiday get-togethers this year, you and Bert. So.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So
Are you cooking, Mike?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am. Me and Stofers.
Okay.
Oh, wait, do we have a caller?
We do. We got Rob on the line. Rob from Clearwater.
Rob, guess what? Are you enjoying the show?
Yeah, I went to school with your husband, Bert Arnold, at St. Cecilia's. Yep.
Oh, that's
I'm a big fan of the Hollywood Connections show.
Very cool. Well, guess what, Rob? You won yourself 2 tickets to a comedy show.
Congratulations.
Sounds great, Don. Thank you.
Well, Rob, so tell us what you do.
I do putting out flyers for people for their businesses.
Oh, that's what I do in marketing. Do you work for the same attorney's office?
No.
What kind of promotions do you do?
Putting out Avon books or people that own their own businesses. I put out flyers for them on doorknobs.
Oh, you go door to door?
Neighborhood to neighborhood. Yeah, door to door.
You get chased by a lot of dogs?
No.
No? Okay.
No dogs?
No.
Canvassing's still an effective strategy, isn't it?
I'm surprised he doesn't get chased by dogs. He always calls up here all the time.
Okay, Peter Blake, enough of that there, brother.
Well, maybe we could use you for putting some comedy stuff up there as well, right? Maybe Larry could talk about it.
Yeah, you bet.
How about we get a dog? Good. How about we get a dog and we record it and have the dog bite him in the most unusual place? That would be funny.
Now, that would be like a viral YouTube video.
There you go.
Well, Pete, we have the official station dog, Blue.
There you go, Blue.
Okay,
Blue could do that gig.
Very cool. Well, Rob, you have our number here. Do you have our website? We can get your information. Can you give it to Peter, your phone number? And not now on the air. And we'll make sure that you have we have your information. Thank you so much. He is actually, I don't know what Peter's doing, but he's live on Facebook. All right. Thank you so much for calling, and you are our winner.
Congratulations.
All right. So, Peter, anyone else on the phone?
No.
Not yet. Okay. So that was our one caller.
Well, we'll give it some
We're on
time.
5 stations.
We're not going anywhere. We're here till next Wednesday, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. So Mike, you're a stand-up comedian.
I am, and I've been fortunate enough to work on numerous occasions at Larry's club. He has the best club in Pinellas County, without question.
Well, thank you, Mike. That's very nice of you.
And Larry is too modest. Larry is a fine comic in his own right, but more importantly, he's a great promoter and an astute judge of talent. Did I say everything properly? And is the $14 coming to me after the show?
It was $5, but okay.
So what do you talk about with your stand-up comedy?
My stand-up is usually observational about the incredibly horrendous decisions we all make in life, and I try to make it humorous, whether it's talking about buying a car, whether it's the futility of going to an online dating service where everyone apparently is a pathological liar. I mix in just enough political humor to avoid being taken out by an angry partisan voter. So I try to make it a potpourri.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Yeah, and of course, I think Bull may have touched on it earlier, but you do have to kind of go with the crowd, and I totally agree with what Larry was talking about. Because I am the only 6'4" comedian who can't dunk a basketball in the United States, working as a professional comedian, it's fun to just try to create a niche. I think that's how the French pronounce it. We pronounce it niche, but let's all be French tonight and say niche. You do want to create sort of a persona on stage where people are going to say, what about that dorky guy that can't dunk? You know, oh, Mike Arnold, let's have him back at the club. So you're not going to mistake.
There's that big tall guy. Remember
Who's that
him?
big tall guy, the tall nearsighted Kramer-looking guy? Let's have him back. So yeah, you want to be remembered, and you also want to know when to drop the mic and get off stage. You always want to finish on a high note, right?
I was very, very pleased when Mike took my stage the first time because I really didn't know what to expect. And typically I have an opportunity to audition comics before they go up. But as I recall, you came in and, however it worked out, Pat Duax, I guess through Pat Duax. I didn't know what I was walking into, and I said, I hope the guy's funny, you know. And he was very funny.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Well, guys,
that,
you know,
Larry.
I want to say something. I had a little present from a friend today. Little Richard Band. Actually, he just gave me a CD. Little Richard, you know Little Richard.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Of course,
very, very cool. Look at that. I'm going to pass this around. It's sharing day. So it says, try to help your brother. Iron Horse People Don't Care No More. They've got released by Sound G Studios, www.thelittlericardband.com. The portion of the proceeds go to the We Support Vets Fund. Say that 3 times. And there's a big veteran show coming up November 12th. This will be in Paso Grill. We're going to actually have a table for Tan Talk over there, looking for talent and passing out goodies and all that good stuff.
Well, you couldn't have a better cause to have the event benefit than that, right?
Oh, for sure.
So I hope everything will come out. It's right around Veterans Day weekend. That's super.
I know. And so also, too, is King James is here in the house. And he's actually, if you're live on Facebook, I don't know what's going on over here. He's got something with him. You've got to see if you're live on the internet. A special guest today. He said he drives. Yeah, he's got a stuffed puppet witch in the passenger seat. Is there a doctor in the house?
Is there a plastic surgeon in the house? Because it looks like the King James's girlfriend might need a nose job. A little rhinoplasty might be in order.
We need to get him over here real quick because while we're live on the air today, and you know, at 7:30, I have a top agent calling in as well, Level Model and Talent Agency. Kelly's going to call in. I'd like you to stay with us for this next hour, since all of my reporters are busy and all my guests are watching something else.
Well, maybe King's girlfriend can get some modeling work, right, Larry?
There you go. Well, you know, it's interesting because years gone by, I've known this guy for decades, and years gone by, I used to hang out with this inflatable naked girl, but he's changed over. It's nice change to him.
King James, you know, you've been saying we have another headset over there. We have 4 of them. We need to plug you in because King James is working on a couple things he's going to announce as well. So, Mike, while he's plugging in, why don't you plug yourself about your comedy and give us like a 4-minute stand-up? Sit down.
Give you a 4-minute stand-up? Well, I wonder if some of the listeners have bought a car recently, because I bought a car without going to the J.D. Powers or, you know, maybe Consumer Reports website, and I bought an entry-level factory closeout Chevy Cobalt, and it actually did not work out well because the car is a result of an engineering confab at General Motors saying, let's take the Chevy Beretta and the Chevy Cavalier and make them even uglier, and they came up with the Chevy Cobalt. Larry has seen my car, so he can vouch for the hideosity of the vehicle. And I got the car thinking, you know, that it was going to be a sleek coupe. And just because a vehicle has 2 doors doesn't necessarily mean it's a performance coupe. And what would you say it has the cachet of?
You know, when they said sleek coupe, they meant geek coupe.
Oh, geek coupe.
Yeah,
see, that was the problem. They didn't enunciate correctly. It's like going around in an Amish buggy with an orange triangle on the back and hoping that attractive women are going to say, can you give me a lift home? Yeah. It doesn't happen. Remember, I dressed it up. I put mag wheels, racing stripes on it. It had the deluxe option package, which included AM, FM radio, and I believe an air conditioner.
Yeah,
it didn't work.
He even had a bumper sticker on the back door that said, don't laugh, your daughter may be in the trunk.
Okay, wait, I have a question. Do you have a name for your car? Anybody have names for their cars?
I named mine Piece of Fecal Matter. I said fecal matter because this is a family
radio,
show.
yeah.
It's radio.
Okay,
But
so you've named your cars.
Yes, I've named my car scatologically that way. I mean, if Larry, have you ever named a car?
Yes, Larry, what's your car's name?
Embarrassing.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's the name of my car.
Okay, so you know what? I had one called Cleopatra because I won her at a casino.
Really?
I call it because it was a Cleopatra machine. And this one that I have, the Jeep, is called Pocahontas. So, yes, I do. King James, do you name your cars?
No. I just drive them.
You just drive.
Can I tell you
Well,
about,
what make and model was Cleopatra?
Oh, well, she was an older car. But, you know, I was in Arizona and I needed a car, so I was visiting my
I like it.
grandchildren.
Maybe I will officially petition to change the name from Piece of Bleep to something a little bit more honorable.
There you go. See, you got some motivation. Peter.
I know. I'll name it Albatross. A-L and then B-A-T-R-O-S-S.
Well, I know Peter's. I bet your car's named Spider.
Spiderella.
See, I knew it because the license plate say it.
That's it.
I agree.
And in the background, we got some Adam Sandler Ode to My Car honk censored version. So there you go. What he was talking about.
Very cool. So we're just having some fun here, and in the meantime, till our
do you know,
VIP
do you know
calls
what I
in.
drive these days, Dawn?
What do you drive?
I'm driving a 1993 Dodge Spirit.
Okay.
Yeah. When I stop at traffic lights, if there's a homeless guy standing at the corner with one of those signs, "We work for food,"
right?
They usually come over to my window and give me money.
Well, I'm pretty easy to give people money on my car because my window's broke on my left side. It keeps going up and down. Yeah, I've been doing promotions at auto places. They're like, "Do you need some help with that?" I'm like,
"Sorry, I can't help you out. The window's broken."
That could create some frustration at toll plazas, right, Dawn?
More frustration when it rains. I'm calling my husband, going, "Honey."
You have to hope that the rain is coming from the direction of the passenger side. So
Exactly. I
not
agree.
going-
I agree. Anything else? Okay, King James has some good news for us. I got to bring the mic over to him. We're going to share Mike. Not bring Mike over to King James. This is because his name is Mike.
Oh, you mean the fashion Miss Wagon Wheel pageant?
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk about what you're putting together over there.
Okay, it's the first ever Miss Wagon Wheel pageant, 2016. We only have a few months to put it together, so it's coming together really good. There's going to be a lot of special prizes actually donated by the vendors there. If anybody's been to the Wagon Wheel, they know how big it is. And,
it is one of the biggest wagon wheels flea markets. I mean, one of the biggest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know in the...
Have you been there, Larry?
Oh, absolutely.
In Florida, I know.
Right.
In Florida. I haven't been to any other around the country.
It's so
but
big, you need 2 days to see it all.
It's huge.
Yeah.
As the guy said.
And they have really good coconuts. I found one the other day. And the lady was like cutting them half with a big, butcher knife.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we're registering the models in the second building, right in the main breezeway. If they come right behind the office is in the front of the building, and we're right behind in the second building. So they can't miss me or you or one of your beauty queens. You can recognize them. I won't be wearing a crown.
And what ages?
Anyway, from 16 to 25, we're going. We're getting all the prizes together. The vendors are really doing a good job, donating a lot. The Wagon Wheel is looking forward to their first Miss Wagon Wheel 2016, probably to ride in their Christmas float. That'd be, just what they needed.
People are going to ask, what are the advantages of being Miss Wagon Wheel? Since you're putting this together, what is the profit of it for being Miss Wagon Wheel?
Well, I think just by you alone being a part of it, they're going to get a lot of good exposure. I mean, it's just like Miss America with all the contacts you have, as well as with all the shows that I'm doing.
I have to stop you. I'm sorry.
Larry.
It's like being Miss
Are we out of time?
America. It's like being Miss America.
Well,
being Miss Wagon
Here we
Wheel.
go.
You haven't been in any of Dawn's shows.
I thought we were doing comedy here. I didn't realize you were being serious about this.
No, usually I think a lot of flea markets have their own, beauty pageants.
Well, sometimes I know they use the stages, but we're looking for Little Miss and Preteen later in January.
Yeah, in January, you'll be taking care of all that.
Miss
All the-
Wagon Wheel pageant coming up.
Yeah.
Well, your green-skinned girlfriend with the happy entering the
You got to talk in the mic, Mike.
Will your green-skinned girlfriend with the hat be entering the pageant?
I don't know. She might be a judge along with Larry, maybe. Yeah, we'll have some very interesting people there. But I expect hopefully a good turnout. And just remember, the pageant crowning will be December the 11th It's on a Sunday at 1 p.m.
I have questions.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay,
about the
I'm
Wagon
sorry.
Wheel pageant.
I didn't mean to
You're here.
Is it only open to women?
To who?
Oh.
Is it only
Open to women?
Yes.
Well, ordinarily that's right. Right now, yeah.
Okay.
And you are the mayor of Pinellas Park, according to that shirt you're wearing.
That's right.
So I imagine you're going to be there.
You're probably wondering how I got this shirt. I met the mayor of Pinellas Park, and he said that he would do anything for his constituents, his residents. He'd give him the shirt off his back. I said, I'll take it.
And you got
And look, it's on the back of Larry's
That's
shirt.
what it is.
So, Larry, we could make you a judge at the Wagon Wheel pageant.
That'd be great. But back to my question for a minute. Is it women and people that dress like women or just women?
No, these are going to be beautiful young ladies.
Okay.
We're going to show what we've got in Florida and especially in the Tampa Bay area.
And it's really cocktail or Sunday best dress. I mean, that's just one on-stage interview, very simple. I know we have somebody on the air, right, Peter?
Miss Florida Diva.
Hello,
Yvonne.
We are
Okay.
missing you here. How are you doing this evening?
I'm getting better every day. I'm a little bit better.
Oh, good. And Larry's here. Say hi to Larry.
Hi, Yvonne. I'm sorry to hear you under. Mike Arnold. Yes, Mike Arnold's here.
Ivana. Wait, Ivana, are you on speaker? Yeah, you got to get off a speaker. Anyone that calls in because you're echoing. You're like the Grand Canyon. We're like hearing Yvonne 3 times. Are you still there?
Pete's saying hi.
Somehow we can. Yeah, you have to be off a speaker. Are you there? This is Yvonne, my co-host. She's my Miss Florida Diva.
In a tunnel.
Yes, she's forever Miss Diva.
Yeah, she'll probably be a judge, too.
Yes, she'll be one of the judges for him. And so, Yvonne, are you still there? I have no idea. You're on speaker. We can't hear you. You have to get off a speaker.
Okay, I'll call back. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So anyways, in the meantime, that's Yvonne. She's going to call in and talk to the agent as well. So Mike, Mike, get on the mic. I like that. Mike.
Makes it easy. So, yeah, we were talking a little bit earlier, Dawn, about your long-standing love affair with Henry Winkler.
Oh, well, you know what? It wasn't a long-standing affair because I was actually a beauty queen back in the days for Miss South Shore Water Frolics in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And they brought me out in the field with the baseball game, with the Happy Days crew when they're playing baseball. And I was 19. I was on a blind date. And so the funny thing was, all I was stargazing. And here's my blind date going, well, I just don't have a chance with her because she's stargazing at Henry Winkler.
Fawns, yeah.
Yeah.
How
And
do you
so,
compete with the Fawns?
Oh, yeah, the Fawns. And so he comes out, gives me a big hug. I'm on the field. The cool thing is my uncle was a sheriff. And so he said, Dawn, their bus broke down. Why don't you come downstairs? So I came downstairs and I met everybody, which was totally awesome. And Ralph Malph at the time, he was like telling my uncle, I heard, I want her phone number. And he goes, no, my niece, I'm not giving that number out. But what was so cool to me was to meet everybody on the set of Happy Days.
Oh, cool.
And so to see Henry Winkler again, to bring back that memory, he'll be at the Tampa MegaCon this weekend that we'll be at. So you have a story about that.
Well, actually, yeah, because a lot of people have talked about Henry Winkler's frustration after Happy Days of being typecast as Arthur Fonzarelli, the Fonz. Sure. But there's a cult movie out there from 1982 called Night Shift that I've actually taught a class in pop culture, and we discussed this. It was Michael Keaton's first movie, long before Batman. Ron Howard directed it. Ron's cult figure younger brother, Clint Howard, was in it, and Henry Winkler played a city morgue employee in New York who was convinced by Michael Keaton to turn the morgue into a house of prostitution overnight. And the movie's called Night Shift, and Ron Howard said it was one of his favorite movies to direct. Michael Keaton remembers it fondly. And your acquaintance, Henry Winkler, played completely against type in that. He was kind of a nerdy guy, and he was convinced by Michael Keaton to do illegal activities in the New York City morgue. So I'd like to recommend it to your listeners. You can definitely get it on Netflix. Great soundtrack, 1982.
Great little movie.
Great little movie, very well written by Lowell Gans and Babaloo Mandel, who later won an Oscar. And you can see the Fonz playing a nebbishy Woody Allen type character. You'll laugh a lot, and it's one of the best movie soundtracks ever.
I loved it. And I got to say something, Dawn,
Yes.
you missed your shot with going out with Donnie Most. You should have gone out on a date with him because he wound up on America's Stupidest Criminals or whatever it was.
Is it really?
TV.
Well, now I work for attorney's office.
Well, yeah, and another thing, Larry, you've seen the movie Night Shift, and there was kind of an unappealing woman compared to Dawn, who played Henry Winkler's character's girlfriend. If she had hung out with Henry Winkler a little bit in that situation, you might have been in Night Shift, and you'd still be getting residual checks.
Well, it's funny. I met his remember Clint Howard?
Yeah, Clint Howard was in the morgue scene where he lost his virginity in the morgue overnight. And what was cool about that scene was Kevin Costner had an uncredited screen appearance in that. It was before he was famous, but he was in Night Shift before anyone even heard of him. So there's, I think, lots of reasons to see the movie.
Yeah,
but Dawn could have been one of the stars.
Well, I met him down at one of the film festivals back in the days. He's like, oh, my God, I remember our bus breaking down and those memories. In the meantime, I'd like you to meet Jacqueline. She is a friend of mine. She just popped in to say hello.
Larry.
And
Hi, Jacqueline.
you know that she wants to get back into stand-up comedy as well, Larry.
Oh, okay.
I know.
You're
So,
sitting next to the right guy.
yeah. So, Peter, how are we doing on the air?
Doing great. We got Madeline from the Madeline and Mommy show.
I know. Before we come to Jacqueline, let me get Ellen real quick. Ellen, you have a couple seconds here to tell us about the event this weekend.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes. How are you guys? Thank
We're doing
you so
great.
much, Dawn. Awesome. We are super excited, and we're getting geared up. We just left Build-A-Bear. They're one of our sponsors. And the fashion show is this weekend, Mad's Fashion Fundraiser at the Flamingo Water Park Resort in Kissimmee, Florida. And the vendors start at 10 a.m. We'll have an anti-bullying session with Jay Blanton at 1:30 p.m. And then the doors will open at 5, and the fashion show begins at 6 o'clock. We have 6 designers. We have a full lineup of press and media and 100 models that are going to be just looking absolutely gorgeous. Directly after the show, we'll have a red carpet event with Dawn Reese from Hollywood Connections, and we have a big surprise. Marty from the Christian Film Festival is coming in to do a story on our event, so I'm super thrilled about that. We have Tim Proctor from The Walking Dead and R2D2 and MTV's Ashley Nicole. So we'd love to see you there for the after party, which starts at 9 p.m. and it will continue till 10 o'clock.
Wonderful. Where's the phone number and the website?
Okay, so where you want to go to on Facebook would be Mad's Fashion Fundraiser to check everything out. And then if you wish to book a room, contact the Flamingo Water Park Resort in Kissimmee, Florida, and give them the promo code of St. Jude's to book a room if you'd wish to stay for just $44 per night over the weekend.
That's a good deal.
Wow, that's great.
It's a great
And
deal.
it's a water park.
And that includes 4 water park passes per night, correct?
Awesome.
That's a deal.
Yeah, I know. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see you.
I know.
I had a lot of fun the other day, too, Miss Dawn.
Thank you. We put her on Home Shopping Network. She was like on like a hold pattern, like in an airline hold pattern. And so she said, hey, if anybody doesn't show up, put me on hold. So, of course, I had to send everything over, and they were what she was looking for. And she got on HSN. She's going to get a guitar. So what did you think of Randy? Actually, no, Keith Urban guitar, because we're going to be doing Randy Jackson.
Urban guitar. I picked out the one that I absolutely loved. And I'm excited to learn my 30 songs in 30 days so we can have a girl jam sesh, and I can be back on there next month to do the Randy Jackson bit. I'm so excited.
Very, very cool. We're excited to have you again. The event is this Saturday, so we will see you this Saturday.
Yay! Thank you.
Best of luck with it.
Thank you, Ellen.
Thank you. We
Sounds
love to
great.
see you all there. Take care, Miss Dawn.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We're going to bring her back with the Keith Urban guitar, and she's going to sing. She's a really good singer, too. So we're going to bring her back. So, and Jacqueline, you just joined us. We're going to actually have Level Model and Talent Agency call us in about 5 minutes. Kelly's calling in. So say hi to everyone. You have to bring the mic closer. There we go.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing in this world?
She's got some funny stand-up comedy just from dating. You are hilarious.
Dating. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so this is, he owns Sonny's, or, Sonny's Comedy Club on the weekends. Yeah, so he's going to do open mic. There you go.
Oh,
In
fabulous.
person. So do you have like a stand-up routine for like a minute you can come up with?
It
Anything?
would be from back in the day when I first started it. I went out with tiger slippers on. I'm a Catholic girl. Well, I'm recovered now. And I'm talking about how slender the pole is, and, it goes downhill from there. But anyways.
So anyways, any advice to Jacqueline?
Jacqueline, I would just say you understand about rolling with the punches. It sounds like you have some individual anecdotes to share with the crowd. I think you'll form a bond with them, and it's highly unlikely any of them that will throw any blunt objects at you when you're on stage, which is happening.
Or tomatoes, right?
Yeah. Well, I inspire intense hatred from some people in the audience. A British guy just missed me with a mug because he said he didn't understand the English inflections in my act. And I said, well, why don't you go to the Improv in London if you don't like American comedy? And the bouncers threw him out on his keister. But no, it sounds like the honesty
You're
of your
antagonistic.
Yeah, well, I have quick reflexes, but
Right.
it sounds like you'll build a good rapport with the audience, and you should have a great revival of your career.
Oh, well,
And
thank you.
welcome to the insane asylum we like to call Hollywood Connections.
Yes.
Well, also Jacqueline is going to come back to the show here. She has her own show. She's coming back to Tan Talk really soon.
Yes, Core Center for Divinity Radio, actually.
Right. She's like your spa moment. So you need to relax and wind and listen to Mama J. That's what she does.
We'll talk deep conversations and have Zen music and all kinds of good stuff.
Sounds like great holistic benefits can be derived from talking to you. Plus, you have a very soothing purple sarong or whatever it is on that I tend to feel less stressed out.
You're here with three guys. Watch out.
Yeah, it clashes with what the witch is wearing over on the bench
I'm
there.
around too much estrogen anyways for my full-time job, so all this testosterone, yes, give it to me.
I got you. Do we have Kelly on the line yet?
We do. We got both Miss Florida Diva and also Kelly.
Great. Yvonne, stay on. I'll be right with you. And let's introduce Kelly. She's from Level Model and Talent Agency. We have been waiting. We've been goofing around here, Kelly, on the air on 5 stations, 106.1 FM. And Kelly, how are you?
I am fine, Dawn. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, we have some comics in the house that have questions, and I know we have some actors in the house. We have Sonny's Comedy Club. We've got to get you over there because you work so hard. That's here in Clearwater. But, Kelly, tell everybody about your agency, and this is what Hollywood Connections is all about.
All right. Well, and let me apologize in advance. I am just leaving the agency now, so I am on the road just going over the beautiful Courtney Campbell. So just for the connection purposes. But we are a full-service talent agency. We now go by Level Talent Group. We do, of course, print, commercials, TV and film, and then we do our local companies here, HSN, and a little bit of bells and belts and things like that. I think our forte, even though we do probably at least 10 commercials a week through SAG castings and, of course, our private clients, our forte really lies in television and film. We a series. Some of you may know The Walking Dead, Sleepy Hollow, The Outsiders, a couple of new programs called The Outcast and Ozarks and Underground. We still do Nashville, and we do quite a bit of film as well. So we are a full-service agency. We rep people from the age of about 4 years old to about 70. One of my 70-year-old actors just finished up a series regular gig on Nickelodeon. And one of my 5-year-old actors just was flown out to Los Angeles to read for a huge Disney project where he tested. They flew him and his family out there, and he tested for the network, and we're still waiting to hear. So we really run the gamut on TV, film, print, and commercials.
You know, Kelly, I have a young kid in the house. He's one of my young reporters, Calvin. And Calvin, how old are you?
I'm 11 years old.
What do you do with children? Do you take them for your agency?
I absolutely take children. I actually have a 11-year-old girl. I just placed her about 2 years ago. I share her now with Ariana Grande's manager. She's out in L.A. She's on her way actually home, and then she'll go back out for pilot season. But what we do with children, and listen, we love kids. because they have no bad habits. They're themselves. Casting directors tend to really relate. Some of them have formal training and some of them do not.
Okay, he's bilingual too, right? Yeah, he's bilingual.
Which is huge. Right now, we are in the middle of the CBS diversity casting. Diversity right now is huge in the industry. Hispanics, Latinos, African Americans, Asian. This is what casting is usually working for. As you know, I don't know if you guys ever follow the new hit TV series on Netflix called Stranger Things. The little 11-year-old, there's quite a few children on there, but one was cast as a series regular right out of Nashville. So with children, it's a little bit different. You don't have to have a lot of experience underneath your belt, but you do have to have that it factor. And I think that you're just either you have the gift or you do not. And with kids, they're easy to work with, and they're very organic, which is super important in this industry.
So how does
we loved it.
How does one as a child, because we're going to go back in the adults and the comics as well, how does one as a child or the parent, how do they register with your agency? What do they need to do?
Well, basically what we do is we have them send in some photos. We tell a little bit about them. Quirky is really in. We're not looking for the supermodel type of Ralph Lauren kid, although they do very well in print. But we look for the everyday kid. So they reach out to us, and they can do that at info@leveltalentgroup.com. We sort of get their submissions. We look at their pictures. The mother or father puts in like anything that they're into, whether it be sports or they do local theater. And we bring them in. And a lot of times I will tell you, with kids, whether they be 5 years old or they're 16, a lot of it has to do with personality. It has to be some that the casting and the crew want to be around for the next, say, 3 or 4 months, especially when we're talking about series regulars. And with our kids, what I usually do is I get them off the ground here. I build their resume through Florida and Atlanta. And then we usually also go and develop a team in Los Angeles. So they're going on tape for Los Angeles projects as well. But kids are definitely our forte. We've had many series regulars. And, again, it's about personality. Quirky is good. You don't have to be cookie cutter. We're not necessarily looking for the big Disney kid. All shapes and sizes and colors. That is what makes the world go round, and that is definitely what casting is into nowadays.
Awesome. Now we have actually Larry from the Comedy Club. He has a lot of comics. Larry, you have some questions for Kelly.
Yeah, hi, Kelly. I've got a number of various guys that come in and out of the club that, I mean, some of these guys are really, really talented, stand up, but also, you know, guys that do other types of things on the stage. And where would they, the same place? I mean, info at Level 1 Talent, is that where they submit?
Yeah, absolutely. Info at Level Talent Group. And I will tell you what we do with our comics. We get quite a few castings. Like I was saying, we do over 40 different television series right now and tons of film. Improv is probably one of the best tools any actor can have in their toolbox. Improv is very, very important. Also, what we do is if they are very special and unique, which I think all comedics are, we also get them to sometimes develop a tape for Saturday Night Live. I just worked a client of mine in Detroit with 2 of the writers from Saturday Night Live that are actually starring in their own new sitcom called The Detroiters that's shooting in Detroit. Tim Robinson and Sam Richardson. Sam Richardson wrote The Spy with Melissa McCarthy. So we are very unique in, we understand that each is an individual. We find their creative talent, we find out why they're unique, and that is what we pitch them on. Why they stand out, why it's important that they be cast, and what sets them aside from from others that are going for the same role. So any type of comedic, especially in the Tampa Bay, Orlando area, I'm going to say 50% of our commercial castings, whether they be union or non-union, they always look for improv skills, which we know, comedians are well known for.
Well, I appreciate the info. Do you ever do any corporate booking? You get any calls from corporate, or you strictly TV and print?
Oh, no, we definitely do corporate. We do corporate events, where clients will call us and they want somebody to entertain. It could be 200 to 1,500 people. So it really runs the gamut, because being in Florida, there are all sorts of needs out there. And I'm telling you, sometimes a lot of them are we look for YouTube sensations or somebody that wants to become a YouTube sensation. We have a great new soundstage in Clearwater that is a free YouTube stage that actors can apply for and actually get free airtime. They do the production and everything right there in Clearwater. It's a great ordeal that they put together, and people are really starting to take notice of that YouTube stage.
Wow, that's fabulous. We got to check into that as well. Also, I have another actor, Mike, here, and then we have Jacqueline. She's an actress as well. Mike, you have a question for Kelly?
Yes, Kelly. Actually, you partially answered it already. I wondered about the process for every comedian seemingly does kind of learn the ropes through improvisation, as you said, to get into acting. And I wondered here in the Pinellas County area about one of the best opportunities. Maybe you could tell us a little bit more about the location of the free stage for YouTube, because would that be a place where comedians working the area could cut their teeth and maybe show their versatility as performers?
Good question. Actually, the YouTube stage, the film commissioner, Tony Armour, in the St. Pete Clearwater area, put it together, got the funding for it. I think that there's certain qualifications that you have to meet, and I would strongly suggest reaching out to the St. Pete Clearwater film commissioner. But this is cutting edge. I mean, this is actually where the media is going nowadays. Sometimes we do get asked for, okay, we need a lead in this film, and it's with, this star name and this star name. However, we're looking for at least 500,000 followers. I'm going to tell you, especially for comedians, social media platform is very important, and to build your base through Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Actually, it seems that Facebook is sort of for us old fogies nowadays, and Twitter and Instagram is where you build your following, and your YouTube. I would suggest any comedian out there, write your own material. Start putting on your own YouTube. Definitely check out the Clearwater St. Pete Film Commission. See if they can help you with their YouTube stage, because it is free. And see if you can put together something there. Again, when I talk about improv, some of these SAG commercials that we do, and they're mostly out of Orlando because they have a big production hub there, and they're looking for improv and great comedic chops. It's a great way to bank money and able for you to put it towards other things to enhance your career. Because we know a union job will pay residuals. So, okay, say for instance, I have the guy who did the first identity theft commercial, okay, where the guy is sitting there in the white wife beater, and he comes on air and he's talking like a female, and he went to some fetish place and yada, yada, yada. It was for Visa. Well, he shot one day, but he made nearly $500,000 from that one commercial because it caught on. Oh, wow. So he was able to bank all that money that ran for 3 years. He was able to buy a house, but he was able to reinvest in his career. And actually, he's in New York now, and he's doing quite well. So I think it's important for you know, I know that you stand up. I get that. But I think it's also important for you guys to be repped by a local agency that can see potential for you commercially, especially if it's a union job that pays residuals throughout the country.
Well, it's funny you mention that, Kelly, because one of the stories that I've heard anecdotally is the story of Stephanie Courtney. There was a somewhat well-received at the box office remake of Heartbreak Kid. Stephanie Courtney is a nondescript actress that had a secondary role in that. It starred Ben Stiller, and I believe his dad, Jerry Stiller, was in it. Made some money. And what happened is Stephanie Courtney ended up being Flo on the Progressive commercials, and she's probably banked, correct me if I'm wrong, millions of dollars as the figurehead for that insurance company, and she's still going strong. She's on billboards. She's on every other commercial on TV. And actually, I think she was quoted as saying she's found being Flo much more lucrative than the roles she had in film. Is that a fairly decent example of how your career can take a turn that ends up being a very profitable one?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And she is repped actually by my good friends over at CESD in Los Angeles. And she got that role and she became the spokesperson and the face. And it's not those type of actors, as you move up and become the face of a product, you are now negotiating. So it's not just SAG scale. It's, you know, you're negotiating for, you know, $250,000, $500,000 guarantee. She actually, and some of the innovative ways that they play in the commercial, I love where she's playing 3 or 4 different parts.
I know, it's like she's the female Eddie Murphy from the or the movies that the remake movies that he did. Yeah, that commercial that's just on now, I think they're in a picnic setting in a park. She might be 8 or 9 different characters in that, right?
It's brilliant. It is so good. So, you know, everybody thinks of fame a little bit differently, but she is making a wonderful living. She is so recognizable, and it was from one commercial. So people that say, oh, man, maybe I don't fit that commercial, or I'm a stand-up comedic, and, you know, whatever, you have to take that chance.
That was the reason I mentioned it to you, because if she had been a narcissist and an egomaniac and told her representation, I'm not doing an insurance commercial, she would have missed a wonderful opportunity. So a little bit of humility on Stephanie Courtney's part ended up being extremely lucrative for her, right?
Bingo. It certainly did. And now she is a household name, a household face. I think that she's probably laughing all the way to the bank, and she didn't let her ego get in the way, and she's actually having a great time, and she has her creative juices flowing. And if she ever decides, and when she does, to step off this platform, I can assure you, if she goes into the stand-up comedy routine, she's already has a fan base worth, you know, millions and millions of dollars. People will come out and see her. They relate to her.
Kelly,
yeah.
I have a question. I mean, you're such a documentary. Is there any way you can come to the station next week for the full hour with us? Is it possible?
Yeah, well, you know what? You call my office. We will set something up. I don't know if you are aware, but I'm also president of Film Florida, which is
I didn't know that.
Yes, I was voted in by my peers last June. So I am the president of the trade association for the entire state.
Fabulous.
So it's getting a little hairy, but listen, I would love to talk in depth. I know that you have great listeners, and everybody is just so eager to learn and get into the business. And I think really if you have that passion, there is a place for you. So I would more than love to. We'll talk off air, and
awesome.
We'll arrange something, definitely.
Yeah, you're not just a 10-minute or 20-minute interview. I mean, I need you here for the full hour, Kelly. I really do. So I want to thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And I know we have our next guest on the air, and we have like 7 minutes left. But Kelly, thank you. I'll call you tomorrow for sure.
Thanks, Kelly.
Awesome advice from Kelly from Level Talent Agency, right?
Thanks for the info, Kelly.
All right, Peter, let's go to our next caller. We got some great news. Hi, you are on the air on Hollywood Connections, so tell us about your business.
Hi, so we own the Chicago, basically Chi-Town Beef and Dogs. We're downtown St. Petersburg, right off Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, near Central. And we have, some of the top-rated Chicago dogs and Italian beef sandwiches rated here in the Bay. And just wanted to kind of put our name out there, and if anybody's willing to give it a try, we'll give you some good food.
Well, you know what? I'll be out there the next 2 days. I want to sit with you and do an in-depth interview, and I'd like to give you a commercial. You'll have to come over to the station, and we'll cut a commercial for you. How's that?
That sounds great. Yeah, we definitely appreciate all the help. We're big into first responders and vets, and I'm a veteran myself, so
okay.
We're looking forward to everybody coming down, checking it out. It's a good time.
And give your address again.
That's 165 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, St. Petersburg 33701.
Okay, and your hours of operation?
We are open from 11:30 a.m. to about 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 11:30 to 4 on Saturday.
Well, I know me and the station owner are going to be down there. We've got a big business meeting on Monday, so I know we could pop in and say hi as well to you.
Get some lunch while you're there.
I know, of course. That's perfect. And also, I'll get the information to get you in the station for that commercial. Alrighty?
Sounds great, guys. I appreciate all the help. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for calling in. All right, we're going to get you back on. All right, thank you.
All right.
And we'll see you at the Veterans Show, actually, November 12th at Paso Grill, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, we'll be there. I'm excited to meet you in person. I'm going to do more of a really good interview and sit down and really show what you all have to offer there. Lots of hot dogs, right?
That's right.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. We have 5 minutes left. And so, Larry, you want to give another giveaway ticket? She's not been to the club yet. You have to call in. I'm joking. Watch this. Hold on a second.
She has a standing invitation, but I might make her get up on stage for a few minutes.
I know. I've been telling you about her.
I have a way to make that work. See, what I do is I got a separate door. It's on the stage.
Oh, really?
And I'll invite her in, and she'll be on stage.
Oh, I've been listening to her jokes about dating for the last... We were going to do a dating show with you on your show. Yeah. We're talking about that.
Well, you want to come down this weekend? Come on down this weekend.
We've been trying to get her there for the last week.
I have a crazy work schedule. And
wait, here, you got to talk in the mic. We can't. Right. I'm reading lips.
You mean you can't hear me? Okay. I have this crazy work schedule. I finally decided to become a grown-up and got a full-time job with a pay increase and all this other stuff.
Well, actually, should we tell the story to Larry? Yes. Well, we can't tell the store, but I went...
She started it.
I did. I was also looking for another job at the time,
Because she gets bored really easily.
I do. Well, it was a fragrance part, and I was allergic to all the Chanel stuff. These people are coming in. I was pouring Chanel on my hands. My dogs wouldn't even kiss my fingers when I come home. They were running away from me.
And I was a security person at the amphitheater with concerts and everything, and I'm like, oh, it would be nice to be someplace where I don't get rained on. So
it's reasonable.
Yeah, so she put my name in.
I'm like, hey, we can go to lunch, we can do some fun stuff.
And then the day I start, she's like, oh, I quit. I'm like, really?
Well, I was sneezing and I would walk into stores.
So are you a
Larry
tester, or what do you?
She works in...
I'm a specializer with fitting. I'm a certified fitter.
Fitter for...
Lingerie, bras, stuff like that.
I'm glad. I thought you were talking about the plumbers union. I'm glad it's
I know.
lingerie.
That's exactly where my mother went with that one. But yes.
So, yeah, wouldn't you be funny on stage, Larry? Pick the mic. Oh. You got to share. It's sharing.
Just your job alone is a whole routine, I'm sure.
I know.
I'm sure.
I know.
Yeah, because, I mean, the last time I had somebody up there, she does a colonic therapy.
Oh.
I said, really? What's all up with that? She goes, well, I said,
but you know what?
Clean out the a-holes.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I mean, my thing I have to tell you, everybody was allergic to me. When there's nothing to do and you're walking around the counter
for sure.
and your feet hurt and you're spraying stuff, you spray all these perfumes on you, you don't smell it. But you go into other places and people are allergic to you.
And they're coughing.
They were allergic to me.
And you don't need frivolous litigation in your life from people dying because of your scent. So.
It was like the old shit out.
Attorney you should be talking to.
Yes, let's talk about. We have a good attorney. I know if you need everything DUI, but Uber. Uber. You should do Uber.
Yeah,
if you're
I'm
not
an
driving.
Uber driver. I have so mad skills.
She drives really fast. You're with an Uber driver when they don't care and they make those turns real quick. We know. We've been there with Jacqueline.
Well, Jacqueline, what do you think about their new business slogan, "Get your side hustle on"? Aren't there kind of salacious overtones to that slogan?
For sure, most definitely. Yeah. I have a friend who just recently became an Uber driver, and he's actually been experiencing pulling out gun issues and all kinds of crazy stuff. So he's thinking twice about being an Uber driver. I'm like, that's why you don't drive at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning with drunk people around. You just don't do that.
Well, one guy turned into a serial killer in Michigan, and I think took out 6 people on one shift as an Uber driver. So that's a little off-putting.
Yeah,
I'm going to call a yellow cab instead. Yeah.
Well, they could do that too,
They definitely could, and the cab would smell a lot worse. At least this was
And
an
say
elegant ride
they're in India
before the
doing it.
person was taken out.
Right.
And also, she does massages.
I'm a massage therapist.
Massage therapy. So she's And before we go, we have like 2
I have
3
to
minutes.
stop you for 1 second. Do you know anybody that works at Walmart?
I do. Walter. He is my
Nice
storyteller.
groceries at Publix or something. Everybody you know is a therapist, is a mermaid. I met a mermaid. I met another girl that reads palms and does card readings. And on the side, she, what did she tell me she does? I think she replaces transmissions.
Anyway,
in
I found my
cars or
last
something.
talent at Walmart. He tells Hollywood stories, and he's really good. And we got to get Walter back on. But I also want to thank MissWorldTourismPageants.com. It's a tourism pageant for ladies all ages.
Aren't you the queen of
I
that or
am.
something?
I've got my crown and sash.
That is a great
Isn't
crown,
it beautiful?
by the way.
It's a
Yes.
beautiful crown.
It
Yes,
is.
it is. We want to thank Terry. But go to that. She is looking for people. The Nationals are in Tennessee. So we have about 3 minutes left. Any last words, Larry? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, everybody wants to come out to comedy this weekend.
I know.
We got a new guest comic coming in.
We do.
So,
We do.
you know.
I'm excited. That's why she came here to meet you. I've been
bet
on
she
her.
did. I'll bet she did.
She can give massages to everybody.
But
Yeah.
it's Sunny's Comedy Lounge at the Sunset Point Cinema Bar and Grill. Showtime's 9:30 p.m. Bill O.C. Bull is our headliner with Johnny Hobbs.
Yep.
And God knows who else is going to show up. Maybe Michael will show up. Who knows?
I might show up for a showcase. The only thing I have is a quick joke because of Halloween weekend coming up. And
Yes, happy Halloween.
A skeleton walks into a bar and says, "I'd like a draft Heineken and a mop, please."
Okay, we have 1 minute. Jacqueline, any last words?
I'll be looking forward to popping in sometime.
Soon.
Yes, don't forget this Bette Midler face. I
Yeah,
mean,
she does look like
this is
Bette
what
Midler.
I'm now
She
saying to
does.
my clients. Remember me. I'm the Bette Midler of this department.
Okay, we have 2 minutes, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. And go to HollywoodConnections.biz. I hope you enjoyed the show. We're going to bring in some live agents. I think we're going to do more specials for an hour coming up, Larry. I think that would be good. More comics calling in, more stand-up comedy, right?
Are you game for all that, Larry?
I was going to Checkers to get the 4 for 3 is what I was doing right after the show, yeah.
Well, if Kelly shows up next week from Level Talent Group, all of us might be driving a new Lexus in 6 months.
Well, Peter, we're going to hook you up with Kelly. I'm going to get you her website or email. I needed you to pop in. I knew we were on time, but we're going to get her in the station. I think it'll be great. Thank you so much. God bless. Give it to him. Watch things happen. Bye-bye.
Bye.
WTAN, Clearwater, Tampa Bay. WDCF, Dade City, Tampa Bay. WZHR, Zephyr Hills, Tampa Bay. Listen.
Embargo against Cuba, a measure the U.S. has always opposed. White House spokesman Josh Earnest.
The president believes that we shouldn't vote again on a resolution that expresses opposition to the very policy that this administration is trying to end. And we'll certainly continue to make a case to Congress that they should take the actions that are necessary to remove the embargo.
President Obama spoke with Turkey's president on the phone today about the next steps in the campaign against the Islamic State. He welcomed dialogue between Turkey and Iraq on the level of Turkey's participation. I'm Barbara Cusack. Defense Secretary Ash Carter promised to put as little burden as possible on California National Guard members who've been asked to pay back enlistment bonuses given before they served in Iraq and Afghanistan. More from correspondent Barbara Starr.
He's going to have a team of senior leaders look at all of this, figure out how to have some equitable program here and get it moving and get these cases resolved rapidly.
The Young Conservatives of Texas staged an anti-affirmative action bake sale on campus today, pricing items in tiers for white, black, and Hispanic customers. Hundreds of protesters at the University of Texas in Austin chanted, "Racists, go home." Low airfares aren't so good for airline investors. As our Michael Toscano points out, airline shares were down on Wall Street today.
Shares of Southwest Airlines in a tailspin, off 7% in midday trading after the airline reported lower than expected sales. The reason, declining ticket prices, off 5%.
I'm Barbara Cusack.
Hey everyone, Proactive has a special offer for our listeners. Stay tuned for a 100% risk-free offer that includes a free giveaway and free shipping. Do you have acne or even the occasional breakout? With prescription-grade Proactive Plus, your acne can heal and you can prevent future breakouts. Want to try Proactive Plus? They're letting everyone try Proactive Plus 100% risk-free. Plus, they're giving away 2 free gifts and free shipping when you call right now. 800-281-8770. You heard right. A risk-free trial of Proactive Plus, 2 free gifts, and free shipping. Take it from me, Proactive really works. So here's the deal again for our listeners. You'll get prescription-grade Proactive Plus, their amazing skin purifying mask, and a second gift of your choice. Totally free and free shipping. You're guaranteed to get clear and stay clear, or you don't pay a penny. Call now. 800-281-8770. That's 800-281-8770. One more time. Ready? 800-281-8770.
Did you ever think about hosting your very own radio show? Here's how.
Hey, Tampa Bay, did you know you can have a 1-hour program on the Tan Talk Radio Network for less than the cost of one 60-second announcement on many Tampa Bay stations? That's right. We'll put you on the radio for less than the cost of one 60-second